Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Dush Ramachandran. I'm President and CEO of the Net Momentum. We're an affiliate management company where we manage affiliate programs for direct response marketers, many of whom have digital products, some of whom have physical products as well. And so what I'd like to talk to you today about is how you can double your sales next month, some specific actionable things you can do right now to rapidly increase your affiliate sales very, very quickly. So before I get started, just very quickly by show of hands, how many of you have offers or products that you're seeking to build an affiliate program for? Great, that's a good majority of you. And how many of you are affiliates? Okay, great. All right, so does that sound like something you'd be interested to hear about? How to double your sales quickly, specific actionable stuff? Yep, would that be of interest? Okay, let's dive right in. So first of all, the most practical, the easiest, quickest way to get affiliate sales, to increase quickly, is to run an affiliate contest, sales contest. Now you would think if you've got a reasonable number of affiliates, why would they care about a contest? What's important about a contest? Affiliate contests do two things. One is they focus the attention of the affiliate on achieving revenues during a specific period of time. So generally, affiliates have, as those of you who are affiliates you know, there are always competing priorities. There's lots of different offers that you can promote, things that you can work on, and so on. And so you tend to get distracted. You work on promoting one offer and then move to another. If that's not doing all that well, you move on to a third one, et cetera. But when you have an affiliate contest that you're participating in, what that helps to do is to focus the attention of the affiliate specifically on that offer. And even major affiliates, even very large affiliates, love to see their name up in lights on a leaderboard. And it encourages some friendly competition amongst affiliates. They like to see who else is on the leaderboard. And people tend to know one another. It's a relatively small world even now. And so there's some friendly competition, there's some banter going on. And obviously when you're running a contest, you want to engender that. You want to increase that competition. So you would send out emails, for example, that say, so-and-so is barely 3 sales behind you or 5 sales behind you. You're going to let them catch up, send once again, promote again, and so on. So these kinds of things tend to improve performance in a very direct way. Now, one of the dangers of running a contest is that if you haven't calculated the prize value and how many sales you need to achieve to be able to afford to pay for that prize, you could sometimes end up upside down, where if you just set it as the first affiliate that gets X number of sales wins this prize, or if you don't even set a minimum and say the affiliate with the most sales wins this first prize, you could have a situation where the number of sales that the highest affiliate has achieved still doesn't give you the profits you need to pay for the prize. So you'd want to establish some sort of a sales minimum. You'd want to say, the first prize wins this, but you would have to achieve X number of sales to qualify. So that way, you set your sales minimum to a point where the profit from each sale will cover the cost of the prize at the very minimum. So that then gives you the ability to cover that cost and not be upside down. And we've seen from our experience that sales contests drive sales increases of between 50% to 500%. It can really be absolutely dramatic, and we've seen that happen all the time. Another good way to do it is to offer an affiliate success program. So what is an affiliate success program? It's basically an incentive program where for achieving a certain number of sales or sales volume, you offer higher commissions to an affiliate. So you might say the standard commission is 30% or 40% or 50, whatever it is. And then for all affiliates that get to this sales volume, you'll offer a higher percentage. And you can restrict that to a specific period. So for example, you could say, for everybody that reaches a sales volume of this many units within the first week, we'll bump your commission up to this percent. What that does, again, is focuses all of the sales in that week. So something that you might have spread your sales out over a period of time now gets concentrated over a shorter period of time, and you actually do generate a significant increase. And the other thing that it also does is that it allows you to reward the performance of affiliates that have consistently contributed to your success. And one of the biggest challenges for marketers is how to stand out in a crowded field. So affiliates will often pick an offer that pays better, even if the value of the offer is exactly the same. So between two offers, affiliates are generally trying to maximize their opportunities, as they should. And so by offering a success program where you're paying a higher commission for sales achieved during a period of time, affiliates will often promote your offer over somebody else's because they can earn more money in that week. So that also helps to focus their attention. The other thing that has a huge impact is connecting to a charity. You know, a lot has been said about how enterprises need to evolve to a point where, you know, you're giving back to the community, et cetera. But what's happened is more and more marketers are trying to distinguish themselves from the crowd, standing out by being more conscious of the environment that they live in, by being more, shall we say, involved corporate citizens. So by saying that you will donate a percentage of your profits from that sale to a certain charity makes you more attractive to affiliates and to customers. So it's actually kind of a double win. But it also helps to be specific about the charity. Generally, we've found from our experience that when you're not specific about the charity, when you say 5% of profits will be donated to charity, and you don't specify what charity, people tend to be skeptical. Yeah, I don't know, you haven't specified what strategy it is. That's kind of the thought at the back of their mind. So if you are specific about, for example, we know a marketer who did a launch a little while ago, and this was Options University. I don't know if anybody knows Brett Fogel at Options University. And he did a launch some time ago where he donated 5% of the profits from the launch to Virgin Unite, which is a charity headed up by Richard Branson. Just putting that Virgin Unite opportunity in the sales page increased his sales from that launch by as much as 25 or 30%, which is sizable. So that's something to be really considered. And being specific about the charity, and it's especially powerful during the holidays. If you can connect the charity to something around whatever holiday there might be or the time of year, then that helps as well because it's seasonal. People do feel connected to the mood of the moment, so that helps enormously. Now getting to more, you know, sort of the blocking and tackling of everyday work with affiliates, offering a guaranteed earnings per click. Now, how many of you are comfortable with the concept of earnings per click and how affiliates think about earnings per click? So should I take, sorry?
Was your question are familiar or are not familiar?
Are familiar. So are not familiar? Okay. So for the benefit of the folks that are not familiar with earnings per click, let me quickly touch on it super quick. In looking at offers to promote, affiliates generally look at how much money they can earn from promoting the offer. And the key metric that they use to measure that is the earnings per click, or click being the visitor that they send to your site. So how much money can I make on each visitor that gets sent to this site? And it's a very simple arithmetic equation, which is the number of visitors get sent to the site divided by, the amount of money that's earned by the affiliate divided by the number of visitors sent. So the earning per visitor that comes to the site, regardless of whether they buy or not. That's the earnings per click, and that's kind of the measure that most affiliates use. One of the biggest challenges that affiliates face in promoting products that they don't know about is they're unsure as to whether they'll make money on it. So one way to remove that hesitation is to offer them a guaranteed earnings per click. So you could say, for example, and you would, if you had tested your offer, and based on the clicks that have come in, based on the number of visitors who have come in, and the commissions you've paid out, you've calculated that in general you pay out maybe $1, $1.20, something like that. So let's say you have your number that you've found to be $1.20. Now, if you guarantee the affiliate $1, so what you're doing is you're providing the affiliate a base below which the affiliate doesn't go, right? But if the offer ends up converting at a higher level, so more of the affiliate's traffic actually converts, you pay them the higher amount. So there's no cap on the upside, but you're protecting the affiliate on the downside. So you're eliminating the risk. That's a very good way to sort of overcome the initial hesitation and doubts and skepticism and so on. And this is particularly helpful for new or unproven offers where affiliates are particularly skeptical. The other way to do it is if you're not comfortable with providing a guaranteed lower amount that you would pay, you can offer to top up whatever they earn up to a point, right? So you guarantee, let's say they would want $1 a click, and they end up earning 80 cents a click. So you would top it up by 20 cents per click, which actually, you're not spending all that much more money, but you are securing that affiliate. So that actually helps to increase that level of confidence. Here's another way that you can generate quick sales very, very quickly in the next month. If you're working on promotions of other people's offers who will promote you in turn, so long as the offer fits your list and so long as it's relevant to your brand and so long as that promotion is valid and valuable to the affiliates' lists, then you can promote the affiliate's offer this month in return for a reciprocal promotion from them to you next month. The advantage of this is you're giving before you ask. That's very, very powerful. The reciprocity principle works in your favor because before you go asking for a favor, you've already done them a favor. They feel somewhat indebted to you, and now you have a better opportunity to get them to promote. So that's worked really well as well. And this is really a great way to target large affiliates who have an audience that will resonate with your product. Even though your list may not be very large, it certainly helps because now you're proving to them that no matter how small your list, you're willing to work for their benefit before you go and ask them something. And that's proven to be very, very successful. Something to think about. And another area that a lot of people tend to not focus on, they tend to miss it, is building out your sales funnel. How many of you have products in your sales funnel with just the one offer? No upsells or downsells, just the one offer, okay? And how many of you have multiple offers with upsells and downsells in the funnel? Okay, great. One of the neat things about building multiple offers in a funnel with upsells and downsells and so on, is that you've got a customer who is in the buying mood. They've purchased the first product. Now, if you're working with a shopping cart that allows one-click upsells, it's really convenient because the customer doesn't need to enter credit card information. You just, at the end of the first purchase, you're presenting the customer with an option that says, would you like to customize your order with this additional product? And they click yes, and the credit card information is held and billed, and they don't get taken back to the order form. They don't have to fill up all that information all again. So the conversion on upsells usually works really well. Now, what that does when you've got a funnel with upsells and downsells is it increases the value of each customer that comes to you because now they have more opportunities to buy. And if the customer declines the upsell, you can take them to a downsell, again increases the opportunity. Now, obviously, there's such a thing as too much of a good thing. You obviously don't want to have so many levels of upsells and downsells that it frustrates the user and creates a bad user experience. So in general, we'd say no more than 3 to 5 steps beyond the initial sale. 2 upsells, maybe 1 or 2 downsells, that's plenty. So you don't want to go any further than that. Now, for those of you that are thinking, well, I don't really have another product, so what am I going to upsell? One thing to think about is using somebody else's product. You can, if you can find someone that has an offer that's complementary to yours, it might be a great opportunity to go to them and say, hey, how about I put your product in my funnel in the back end as an upsell, and I will share that revenue with you in whatever percentage. And so therefore, you win because you get something out of it. He wins because he's getting sales for virtually no effort. And it turns out to be really successful and profitable for everyone. So that's something to think about. And this is probably not terribly blinding or revelatory, but the fact that you're able to sell much more easily to a customer who's bought a product just seconds ago and is now able to buy another product, that's a whole lot easier than having to bring a whole new customer back to the site and sell them a product. So I think that's a great opportunity to take advantage of. Finally, something that we don't generally think about when we talk about increasing sales is actually reducing refunds. But that is really, when you try to increase sales, people try to improve their conversions, from 1% to 1.5% or 1% to 1.25%. These are minute increments in the success of the sales page. Whereas if you paid attention to the refunds and reduced your refunds dramatically, that could make a huge impact, not only on your bottom line, because you're now keeping more of your sales, but it also makes you much more attractive to affiliates, because affiliates don't enjoy having their money taken away by refunds. So a couple of different ways of doing that. How do you achieve lower refunds? One, from our experience, we've found that the biggest determinant of refund is customer service. How promptly and efficiently customer service answers questions from customers. So have customer service call each refunding customer to understand the reason for the refund. And sometimes all people want to know is, is there a different way I can use it? Or, it's mostly a question rather than a request for a refund. But if they don't get an adequate response, then they feel, oh, well, maybe I've been scammed. I better refund this. So you can head a lot of refunds off at the pass before they even occur by interacting with the customer. Another way that you can reduce refunds is by offering the customer a partial refund. So they've bought a product for $50 and they don't seem to be terribly happy because they haven't got the value for it. By a customer service agent contacting the customer and asking them what their issue is, and if they say, well, I'm not really getting the value for the product, offering them a refund of, say, so would you be interested in keeping the product for $30? We'll refund you $20. Would that be a fair suggestion? You'd be surprised at the number of people that say, okay, I'm willing to give it a try. So where you could have saved $30, you just give them a refund of $20, keep the $30, that works as well. So partial refunds is another good thing to try, so long as your shopping cart system will allow that. And in general, affiliates prefer to promote products that are low refunds because they get to keep more of their money, and it works out well for everyone. So those are sort of 7 quick ideas. We'll run through them super quick just so you have them all in one place. So 1, running an affiliate sales contest, that even the large affiliates love to see their name up in lights. They like to compete with one another. So it certainly serves you well to engender that competition. 2, to offer an affiliate success program where you give higher commission rates for affiliates that achieve higher sales volumes. 3, connect to a charity, be specific about the charity, and customers like to buy from people that are giving back, and affiliates like to promote that kind of product. Offer a guaranteed EPC where you're limiting the risk of the affiliate, and they know that for each visitor that they send to your site, you will get a certain minimum. And then promote offers that could potentially reciprocate. So you promote them first, and then have them promote your offer in return. So that'll work well. And building out a sales funnel with upsells and downsells. Once you build out your funnel, there are more opportunities for the customer to buy. And finally, reduce refunds by improving customer service. By engaging with the customer, you give the customer an opportunity to tell you what's wrong, why they want to refund. And then you can try creative ways to limit the refund by either offering a partial refund or giving some other a replacement product in its place, or whatever that might be able to save that sale. Questions? Yes?
When it comes to offering affiliate success programs,
Uh-huh.
my client offers both singular events and an ongoing membership program.
Sure.
With that in mind, what are some typical or what are some best case options for a success program like that?
So let's take them to, so did everybody hear the question? Would you like me to repeat it? Okay. So the question was, the gentleman's client has individual offers as well as continuity type offers. Is that right? And so the question was, what are some of the best practices in offering success programs for situations like that? So let's take them one by one. For individual sales, success programs work really well when you restrict it to a time frame. And you say, for example, X number of units or Y number of dollars of sales, and you will offer an increased commission going from 50 to 60% or whatever it is. That's one way to do it. For continuity, it brings up another very interesting idea. You do have the option in most cases to reduce the commission on ongoing months. So for example, you would say, for the initial sale in a continuity, we'll pay 50% on the initial sale, and on the continuity, we'll pay 20% each month. Because the argument there is that whether a customer stays on a continuity program depends more on the vendor, how much value they're able to deliver over time, which would encourage the customer to stay. But the initial sale is dependent upon the affiliate. The affiliate needs to make the offer appealing and attract the customer and get them to buy. So in that situation, for a success program, you can offer a higher commission on the initial sale while keeping the ongoing continuity commission the same, because that's less dependent on the affiliate. And it also has the benefit of giving the affiliate, sort of instant gratification, because they get the benefit immediately rather than having to wait for months. Does that answer your question? Okay. Yeah. Yes? Sure, that's a great question. So the question was, in working with merchant accounts, when you have sales contests, that usually increases the opportunity for fraud. And so is there anything you can do to prevent fraud from increasing? The challenge with that, and typically it comes down to the source of traffic. Fraud increases in situations where the traffic is relatively unknown. And if it's incentivized traffic and you add the additional incentive of a sales contest, then potentially it can become so attractive to send fraudulent clicks. So I would say the preventative measure is more related to the affiliates and how they're approved to promote the product rather than the contest itself. So assuming that you've got the right quality of affiliates that are promoting the product, that becomes less of an issue. So I would say the focus is more on the process up front, even before you get to the contest, in approving the affiliate. One of the biggest challenges with that is understanding where the affiliate gets their traffic from. If it's a lot of incentivized traffic, then that could be a problem. So in general, if it's cold traffic from, say, social media, like Facebook traffic or Twitter or Pinterest or YouTube, that's less fraud prone. But if it happens to be co-reg and other such means, mobile traffic tends to be fairly high in fraud because it's very easy to get those kinds of clicks. That would be a challenge. So I'd say the focus is more on identifying the quality of the affiliates before they get to promote the program. And once they're admitted, then obviously you need to track it very carefully to make sure that the traffic that's coming through is good quality. And quick action. When you do see that the traffic that's coming through is resulting in fraud, then you stop the affiliate from promoting very quickly. Yes, one last question, and we're out of time.
On items related to charity, what have you seen? You were talking about promoting one charity. I've seen on some sites where it's a drop down and you can choose four different charities. So what testing have you done to see if the one charity works versus giving the consumer the ability to be able to choose what charity they want?
Good question. What's the value of allowing multiple charities and giving the consumer the opportunity to select the charity rather than picking a charity of your own? Obviously, the more choice you give, the better it is. If you have the ability to connect to multiple charities, that's a good thing. We haven't actually seen any specific tests of one charity versus multiple, but intuitively, I would think that having more charities that you can promote would potentially be bigger. Just like, for example, in some grocery stores like Whole Foods, where if you bring your own bags, you get a bag credit, and they usually say, would you like to donate it? And they give you multiple choices of different charities that you can donate to. And you can donate to the charity of your choice. So intuitively, it would seem to me that that would be more attractive than just having the one charity. But I'm sorry, we don't have any stats comparing one versus the other.
Intuitively, I would think the same, but that was the reason why I was asking. You've done enough of these programs, I would hope that,
Actually, while we have done a ton of programs, we haven't actually tested, one against the other. So any information I have would be purely anecdotal. It's not scientific, so I wouldn't dare venture. Thank you. I think we're out of time here. Thank you.